Welcome to MojoPlays, and we might not know where Kratos' future adventures will take him yet, but that won't stop us from fantasizing about the many gods and goddesses dying to meet him along the way.
I offered you peace, and you chose war!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Baba Yaga.
When you are dead, you too shall serve.
While we know she isn't technically a god, the lore surrounding the Baba Yaga is so good, she would nonetheless be a daunting foe for Kratos to encounter. Normally portrayed as a crotchety old woman who lives in a moving house on chicken legs, we'd love to see the return of the labyrinthian maze from Pandora's temple in the original God of War, with Kratos forced to find his way through the Baba Yaga's house of terrors before his ultimate encounter with the witch. The roguelike formula present in Ragnarok's DLC Valhalla could also work for this setting, with Kratos forced to start over from the beginning of a randomly generated maze that he must solve puzzles and battle his way through to the end. The climactic battle with the Baba Yaga could prove especially challenging given her magical capabilities and her tendency to fly around in her iron kettle. Ra. This wouldn't be the first time Kratos faced the sun god, but with the majority of fans believing Kratos is heading to Egypt next, Ra is a likely candidate for one of Kratos' trademark god slayings. Ra is arguably one of, if not the most important gods in Egyptian mythology, so the second Kratos sets foot on Egyptian sands, Ra will know it. Beyond commanding the power of the sun itself, Ra has a host of other powers and abilities that would make him a significant challenge for Kratos, including his powers of resurrection, teleportation, and regenerative healing. This isn't even mentioning his ability to fuse with other gods, in particular the god of the wind and air, Amun, to become Amun-Ra, which only increases his powers and capabilities. Let's just hope this sun god puts up more of a fight. Athena.
Death cannot hold those with purpose, Kratos.
Athena?
Now, this one might seem like an odd choice, but stay with us here. Although Athena died after the events of God of War 2, she returned in 3 and even God of War 2018, but something about her was different. Athena mentions she had ascended to the higher plane of existence, giving her the same eerie green glow as the rift that Odin had become obsessed with. It's likely that these two are related, especially given that when Thor died, he vanished in the same way Athena did. So it's more than likely Santa Monica is playing the long game, and there is someone even more powerful behind the scenes pulling the strings. There is speculation that this will culminate in a battle with the Demiurge and the Chaos Realm, the birthplace of the Blades of Chaos, and could connect Kratos' entire journey through all mythologies.
But I am your monster no longer.
The Morrigan. Kratos will forever be known as the Greek god of war, no matter what pantheon he finds himself in, so it only makes sense that he would cross paths with other gods of war as well. However, this would be a much different battle with a god of war than Kratos has previously faced. For one, in Celtic folklore, the Morrigan can see the future, allowing her to predict the outcomes of a battle similar to, but more powerful than Heimdall.
You actually hit me!
She is also a master of transformation, able to shapeshift her entire body or specific parts into impromptu weapons. The Morrigan is also primarily associated with Arthurian legend, and we would love to see Kratos explore the world of King Arthur, wizards, and the Knights of the Round Table. Sekhmet. If Kratos is the destroyer of the Greek pantheon, wait until he crosses paths with the Egyptian goddess Sekhmet. Not only is she known for being the goddess of destruction, but her violent temper would undoubtedly only be rivaled by that of Kratos himself. So powerful she could turn entire lands to nothing but sand, Sekhmet is also associated with the spread of plagues as well as the ability to breathe fire, which many believed was the hot desert wind itself. However, we could also initially see a different side of Sekhmet, as she is also renowned for her healing abilities as the warden of the sick and injured, and throughout the events of the game could be turned or coerced into embracing her more destructive nature, leading to a climactic showdown with Kratos. Kagutsuchi.
I do have the power. I have all the power in the world!
Talk about intimidating. The Japanese god of fire Kagutsuchi burns so hot that nothing can touch him, let alone even get near him. His power is so great he's often associated with volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, which not only are incredibly difficult for Kratos to challenge, but also one hell of an arena for their battle to take place. His near constant burning has led him to become worshipped by blacksmiths and those in metallurgy, which could be used in battle, as Kagutsuchi could theoretically have access to an unending supply of various weaponry. Kagutsuchi also has a very devoted group of followers, as well as other gods which could act as mini-bosses of sub-challenges leading up to the big battle with the fire god himself.
They did not deserve to exist in this world, in my world. Prepare to join them. Prepare to die!
Veles.
Do you see him? He's remarkable.
Here we have a god which could potentially serve as an excellent counterbalance to Atreus. Known as the Slavic version of Loki, Veles is a shapeshifter and a trickster and a forest deity who regularly transforms into the animals of the forest he protects. His ability to command not only the animals of the woods, but even flora and fauna itself could prove especially challenging for the father-son duo, and even more so if Atreus was somehow forced to confront his counterpart alone. Veles is not known to be an antagonistic god, so it's more likely if Kratos crossed paths with the forest god, he'd be more likely to offer aid than a challenge. But there's no telling how he would react to a god of war well known for destroying the entire Greek pantheon stepping foot into his woods.
Look, he's afraid of you. Calm your heartbeat. It will scare him off. Calm yourself.
Hachiman.
All this death. Because you and your uncle would not surrender.
If there was ever a perfect counter to Kratos and Atreus as a team, it would be the Japanese god of war, Hachiman. Not only is he one of the strongest gods in Japanese mythology, with insane abilities such as the Divine Wind, which is a typhoon he can summon at will, but he is also the guardian deity of samurais and commands devout loyalty from the many clans. This alone would make him a formidable opponent to Kratos, but it's his skills as a master archer that would bring Atreus into the fold. At his peak, Hachiman could likely take on both Kratos and Atreus simultaneously, while also having the ability to call in reinforcements from the many samurai clans that worship him. Coupled with his natural fighting skills, Kratos and Atreus would need to journey throughout Japan to learn new skills and powers to simply stand a chance against Hachiman.
We will be remembered forever. You will be forgotten.
Osiris. Although Kratos has had no shortage of trips to the afterlife, between frequent visits to Hades and Niflheim, Hades himself proved little challenge, and besides the undead, Kratos faced little opposition in Niflheim. However, if he were to travel to Egypt, it's likely another trip to the underworld would be in order at some point, in keeping with tradition anyways, which would put him face to face with Osiris. While he likely wouldn't face Osiris directly, he would most definitely have to deal with the god of the dead Anubis, and combining the powers of the two, in particular Osiris' ability to raise the dead and Anubis' power to convert them into zombies, could easily make this one of the most horrific encounters in the God of War series. especially if Osiris was to resurrect those from Kratos' past and force him to battle his demons reincarnated. Chernobog.
10,000 deaths made right here.
This is the big one, arguably one of the most powerful gods in all mythologies everywhere that Kratos has the potential to go toe-to-toe with. With full control over the evilest aspects of the world, darkness, death, and evil itself, Chernobog is the baddest of the bad. Not only can he transform into other beasts, but he can also control numerous elements that lead to even more misery, such as famine, pain, and plagues. He is also completely overpowered with superhuman strength, speed, and endurance. Essentially death manifested, Chernobog might be too powerful even for Kratos to face, and has been widely considered too powerful of a god to have even actually existed by many historians. Should Kratos somehow eventually meet Chernobog, it could very well be the end of the proud Spartan once and for all.
You were nothing but lambs to the slaughter for Chernobog.
Which pantheon of gods do you want to see Kratos travel to next? Share your picks in the comments below.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.